Zelda's Adventure. The third Zelda game on the CDI, released 2 years after the other ones. And I've come to the conclusion that, you know, if you look at the mainline Zelda games, the actual Zelda games from Nintendo, all of them except for one are titled The Legend of Zelda. And then something. Other than the first one, which is just The Legend of Zelda. It's not as bad as I think. I look kind of gangster. Welcoming Zofir, Alex Murphy, and Vinny alongside Sakura. I don't look a gangster with diabetes. I've never had diabetes, but I look like I do in that photo. So all of those games are called The Legend of Zelda and then something, except for Zelda 2, the Adventure of Link. And the CDI ones don't have The Legend of Zelda in them. Like, it's Zelda, Wind of Gamelon, Link, Faces of Evil, and Zelda's Adventure. So I'm thinking that the agreement they had with Nintendo to do these didn't include the rights to call these games The Legend of Zelda. Like, Nintendo was like, probably drew a line there. Like, you can't call these The Legend of Zelda, Zelda's Adventure. And you can't call it like Super Mario Brothers Hotel Mario. It was probably something along those lines. Like a soprano. Alright, yeah, I guess I can see that. I really don't like that look. Like the penguin, there you go. Yeah, I like the penguin. Yeah, good music for a villain. Anyway, we're gonna be starting with Zelda's Adventure today. It's the third CDI Zelda game. It's part of my milestone for Save and Raid. It's the last thing I have to do for Save and Raid, because today is probably the last day you can donate. I don't think anyone else is gonna donate for me to play anything. Saveandraid.org. I don't think. You can still donate, but I think they're gonna shut the campaign down. At least I think they were only going to run it until the end of April. So you guys have like a few hours to donate and pick a game for me to play if you're so inclined. But at this point, I assume everyone who was going to donate already did. You just watched The Batman the other night. I'm curious about it. Not enough to watch it. Like, I watch like 3 movies a year. So like, kind of interested doesn't cut it for me. It's not a slight on anything. I just don't care about movies as much as I should. I don't know. I don't watch anything like movies, series, anime, whatever. I haven't watched anything in ages. I should. There are series that I care about that have had new seasons that I just didn't bother. It's 3 hours long. I don't particularly mind the length. Like, when I watched the extended versions of Lord of the Rings, I was like, okay, man, this has been like 5 hours already. I think we're close to the end. I paused the movie, it's in the middle. I'm like, what the fuck? This is 3 hours. Why does it feel like 10? I still enjoyed it, but I'm never watching that again. You have to make time to watch these things. Yeah, no, I will watch 6 hours straight of a series, 20 minutes at a time, without breaks. But I'll be damned if I'm gonna stop for 2 hours to watch a movie. Like, our brain does that thing, right? Where you can watch 20 minutes multiple times in a row, but you can't watch 2 hours. Then that's too much. Like, I can't... If you want me to walk like 500 meters, sure. Half a kilometer, that's too much. The Settling Get Comfortable movie right there. Yeah, last time I watched the movie, I did it over with popcorn. Made a fucking gigantic bucket to have with me and my wife. That was enjoyable. Anyway, Zelda's Adventure, let's get moving. We can keep talking shit while the game runs and loads and stuff. So let me see if my controller is set up. It is. Okay. The future in digital entertainment. Viridius. Why isn't there a voiceover? Everyone get your headphones, it's stereo. In 1995, that's so advanced. And announcing surround, I get it, but stereo, is that like a selling point? It doesn't look bad. Like, if this were a DOS game, I would be all over it, I guess. You don't think you had a stereo TV till 99?
There will be no more viewing tonight. The scroll of Shermak, bearer of sad news.
Ganon with two ends?
And so it was that Ganon, Lord of Darkness, had taken over Tolamac. He had stolen the treasured celestial signs and captured Link. A brave warrior would have to be found to face this evil monster.
No more viewing, yes.
And so I found this champion of strength and courage. It is you, Princess Zelda. With this magic pendant, go forth, and with each sign you gather, so too will you gain knowledge. Find your magic wand, use it wisely, and listen to your allies along the way. Go now, my princess, restore the celestial signs and rescue Link.
Please wait. Alright. Why is Ganon always capturing Link? Isn't he just some guy? What does Ganon want with Link? I have so many potential answers for that. They all feel inappropriate. Speaking of stereo, I had this sound system in my room. You know, it was like this high and this wide. You had like a tape deck and a vinyl player. What? No. I don't want spoilers. And then one day I figured out I could connect my SNES. Man, this cursor is slow as balls. What the fuck? Why is this a cursor anyway? Is this just a menu? Why do I have to use a cursor? I figured out I could plug my SNES to the sound system and the video to the TV. And then I had like these two large speakers that I could put next to the TV, and then I played through Super Mario and I went down a pipe and it did blam blam blam. And I'm like, fuck, this is the future. It was probably 94? 93? And I'm like, shit, man. That was so amazing. Big ass pendant. And no, it's on her neck, it's a neck pendant. It's a big neck pendant.
Welcome to Zelda's Adventure, an action-adventure role-playing game. As a player, you will adopt the personality of our heroine, Princess Zelda. To play the game successfully, you must explore the great land of Tolamac. To control Zelda's movement around Tolamac, move the controller left, right, up, down, and diagonally.
Move the controller.
The court astronomer Gaspra will
not the
introduce the
D-pad,
story
okay.
of Zelda and describe how her quest came about. He will also reappear every time Zelda has successfully completed an underworld shrine, and collected one of 7 treasured celestial signs.
7 signs.
Another mentor and guide to Zelda is me, Shermac. Throughout the game, I help orient Zelda and guide her. While exploring, Zelda will encounter many enemies that inhabit this land. She must defeat them by using skill and speed. Zelda attacks them with her wand. You employ the wand by pressing Action Button 1. If Zelda is successful at defeating her enemies, she will be rewarded. They will randomly drop rubies and hearts that will increase her currency and life units respectively. Rubies, which are the currency of Ptolemac, can be used to buy useful items and are indicated on the top left corner of the screen. Hearts are the life units that give Zelda strength to fight throughout the game. They are represented on the upper right corner of the play screen. To select an object or a weapon on the inventory screen, press Action Button 2. Once in the inventory screen, you can access useful items and weapons by selecting an object with your cursor and then pressing Action Button 1. Treasures and weapons can be scrolled by pressing the left window button to move left, and by pressing the right window button to move right. The weapon in use appears in the window in the lower right of the inventory screen. If you select a useful item from the Treasures selection, the item will appear in the same window where the weapon selection appeared. Zelda can use only one item or weapon at a time. In Zelda's travels, she will find many locked doors. She must have a key in her possession to pass through these locked entrances. The number of keys in Zelda's possession will appear in the small window in the upper right of the inventory screen. To help navigate through Ptolemac, a map is available by moving your joystick to the map button and then pressing your...
I should write this down.
There are 2 types of maps, one for the overworld and one for each of the underworlds. The map for the overworld will reveal where you are and where you have traveled. The maps for each of the underworlds will reveal where you are, where you have traveled, and where you need to go to complete your quest. To return to gameplay, press Action Button 2. When you are ready to exit game, move your cursor to Exit button and press Action Button 1. You will then arrive at the Save, Continue, and Quit screen. To activate any of these buttons, you must move the cursor to the button and press Action Button 1. If you save and quit, you will arrive at the Player Select screen where you have the option to play again or exit game. When you come back to play again, you can restart where you left off by selecting your name.
Your
You
name.
will then return to the first screen of gameplay with all items and weapons still in the inventory. If you quit without save, you will arrive at the Player Select screen where you have the option to play again or exit game. When you return to gameplay, you will not be able to return to your previous game. However, your status will reflect the last game you saved. If you choose Return to Game, you will arrive at the inventory screen where you press Action Button 2, which then returns you to gameplay. Before each game, you must select a name for your hero or heroine. You can choose the Create button by moving the cursor onto the button and pressing Action Button 1. This takes you to the Enter Name screen where you type in your name on the keyboard by selecting the desired letters with Action Button 1 and then moving your cursor to the Done button and pressing Action Button 1 again.
Again.
This takes you
Randy.
back to the Player Select screen. Here you press play by selecting the play button and pressing Action Button 1. You will then begin the game. To delete a player's name, place the cursor on the delete button and press Action Button 1 for a 3-second duration. To exit game, place the cursor on the exit button and press Action Button 1. That is all I will reveal for now. The rest is up to you to discover.
Like, what? Like, I don't know, man. That's stupid as fuck. The first game had like controls very quickly, as like the tutorial thing. Like you can duck, you open it like this. Like it wasn't like, well, if you quit the game, then you can save the game, and when you resume the game, it goes back to where you were. But if you quit the game and you don't save the game, you don't go back to where you saved, but you go back to your previous save instead. And that's like the summarized version. It was actually much longer than that. I'm gonna get my trusty notebook here. We might need notes for this game. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea, actually. Hello there, Musifate. Welcome in, my friend. Is it secretly awesome? Welcome in, Jankito. No, so far it's pretty dumb. Okay, chat. What do we call this? What do we call the main character on the best game? Like we're playing a Zelda, but Dave, Butts is a good choice. You know what's the best name I've seen someone name a character in a video game on stream in my entire life? I don't remember the name of the game. It was some Japan only Square Enix game. Named the character Biocom. We have another vote for butts. Supple butt. Oh wait, can we fit supple butt? That I wouldn't mind that. I think we can. Supple butt. There we go. Supple butt it is. It's slightly more regal than just butts. Did the bottle just fart? D character surname. Please link me the character sheet when you do that. Thank you. Make sure it has a artist's rendition of the character. Okay, game started. How do you guys like the music? It's going to be in your head all night. Okay, so we have no treasures, no weapons, no keys. We have 2 zeros instead of the keys. Wait, is this? No, it's not 2 zeros. Because I don't know if you guys can tell from the stream, but like it's black here, right? And it's black here. But over here it's like some gray. So I don't know about you guys, but this to me clearly looks like a black cat in a window with the yellow eyes. It's just like a cat's eyes right there. Does it say anything about your stream that both mods present went straight for butts? I mean, you have to go for the butts, right? Kojima has already taken care of all the tits, so we have to go for the butts. The bumps of the kid's ears. I'll take a look. Okay, so we are on that little corner, I presume. Bumps of the kid's little ears. I mean, if you squint, I guess. Alright. It's the body, sure. Return to game. You can't save without quitting, which is a bit annoying. Also, I have to test the save, because I have seen reports that the game doesn't save. We'll have to test that, and of course if the game doesn't save, then we can't play it, because save states don't work here either. And here's the loading.
am Shermack, your guide. I have known you since you were a child. You were given a difficult challenge. You will have to go far and overcome great danger. Stay calm and use your knowledge and strength to defeat your enemies. Remember what you learn along the way and persevere. Go now to the one who has a bed but never sleeps, where by its side the red willow weeps, and to its mouth that never speaks.
I wanted to write that down. Bed but never sleeps, mouth but never eats, and one other thing. I don't know, man. Go somewhere. Just ways to see cat both work. Yep. As far as you're seeing cat, it's fine.
Zelda, do not be hasty. There is something you must have nearby here. Exploration is the key to your success.
Zelda knows where she is at all times. She knows this because she knows where she isn't. By subtracting where she is from where she isn't to where she isn't from where she is, whichever is greater, she obtains a difference or deviation. She can run an intersection between everywhere she has been and everywhere she hasn't been, and use that to approximate the probability of her being on any one specific location as well. Right. Okay, why wasn't there like even a sound when we picked up the item? Okay, we got a simple weapon. I think that's what the woman said we needed. So there are all these stones circling that thing. Yeah, the music. So good. Okay, let me take a brief look at the map. The cursor is so fucking slow. Okay. We're on the bottom left of the map. I am inclined to exploring south, then west. Let's see if we can find the edges of the map first. Okay. Does it look like a penis drawing on top of that gate to anyone else, or is it just my dirty mind? Don't like the synth bass line. I'm too old, I'm probably not hearing it anymore. Oh. Okay, we got health drops. So this is gonna be probably easier. They're all dropping either money or cash. If that's going to be the case, the game is going to be easy. I mean, it is a game for little girls, right? So it has to be easy. That's how it usually goes with these devs. I'm almost dead, by the way. What if it loops around? They have human grunts sometimes. It's kind of dumb. At least we don't have to attack the items to pick them up. That's an upgrade.
Come close, princess. I'll tell you a great secret.
Sounds like we're cutting a bush with when an enemy dies. Sounds are all random, like they just pepper the game with random sounds. Most of it doesn't make any sense. I want to write down notes, but nothing here is like, we don't have like...
Hear me whisper. Trust no one with hair. Don't even trust me. I've stolen one of your lives.
What? Yeah, she took her heart away. What the fuck? Don't trust anyone, not even me. That was so fucking dumb. But Zelda has hair. It's probably a wig. Do not trust her advice. Yeah. It's a paradox, yes. What does the map look like, by the way? Art style gives you massive secret island of Dr. Quandary vibes. The art style gives me massive piece of shit vibes. This looks horrible. There's no care. It makes the previous two games look like masterpieces. It's dumb and bland and soulless. It's functional, but... Are these two different dungeons? Music? No. No music. No lights? No music? Does this place have a name? Hello there, crabmeats. Piece of shit vibes. Being honest. Okay. It wants to play a song and then it
Beware
gives...
the evils of greed. Act quickly. Think on your feet, and you will be rewarded.
Yeah, okay. The music restarts every time you change the screen.
Do not come in here. You're not wanted. I am Lord, and this is my shrine, all mine.
We don't have any items. What is that? Is that just... wrong key. Oh, you can select it. That's probably to use on a shop. New hand touches the beacon. Man, we're almost getting a song and then resets. Not a very appealing character sprite, that's an understatement. But it's live action! It's a digitized actor. That's the future. Like, they were way ahead of their time by 1995. Low-res photo of female from above. Is that a sprite? I don't know. Probably not. Pictures of females from above, what would you call that? It's a sprite in the generic game engine concept. Don't like and find it off-putting. I try not to think too much about it. We're gonna be here for a while. If I start getting stressed about this sprite now...
Wow.
Wow, yes. I'm trying to remain detached. I killed that guy. Like, I appreciate the leeway, but I hit that guy without facing it. Okay, is that what I use in the dungeon? I think enemies don't respawn on immediately adjacent screens. You have to walk at some distance for them to respawn. If that's the case, that's actually pretty good. No, there are no respawns here. Maybe it'll be better if I play my music carousel. You think so? No, I want to keep the original. Like, there was some music trying to play in the dungeon, so I'm gonna... like, here.
Beware the evils of greed. Act quickly.
Yeah, if you stop stalking, if you switch scenes.
Do not come in here.
Can I use this?
You're not wanted. I am Lord, and
I can. Do I keep the thing? No. I spend the
I shine all mine.
letter, which is fine. Wait, is that a passage? Hang on. No. I feel like the graphics here are even more confusing than the ones in the previous Zelda games, so we'll have to check for exits everywhere. There is a sneezing coming. No loading. Next screen. I bet Mr. Oh, is that the map? Shigeru Miyamoto was like, played this game. And then he was like, yeah, we're not using CDs for our next console. When I use that item, it does that sound. I don't know what it's supposed to be. And that's when he decided, nope, the next console will have cartridges. This is absurd. Okay, so this is the entire map of the dungeon. We have rooms on 3 sides to explore. Okay. Girl gets some trousers. That dress is going to get caught and stuck. Yeah, that would be wise, yes, but then you would need to, like, dress appropriately on a video game as a woman. And that's illegal, I think, or something. I mean, I count myself lucky that she's not wearing combat heels. Real dungeon map is literally cool.
Hey to he, who thee be, you're no friend to us down here.
This is a boss fight.
Beware the evils of
Okay, we didn't lose anything. Yeah, no, it's fine. You just go back to the start.
greed. Act quickly.
They have to wear dresses, that's a law because she's a princess. Corpsed.
Do not come in
It
here.
was for the letter hadn't loaded and I was like, oh wait, please don't tell me it doesn't load. It deletes itself. I mean, I don't mind the dress necessarily, but with this perspective, it doesn't do the sprite any favors. Like, it's a big pile of nothing. That was kind of fun. I mean, maybe I need something to kill that guy. I don't know, man, this feels more like a DOS game than anything else to me. The one with the guy that was voice lined. Yeah, it was very fun, I got killed and everything. Very immersive. Wait, is this an item I can grab? No, that boot is stupid, stupid looking. She looks like Disney Alice in Wonderland. I can't see where you get that from. Don't mind the dress aside from making her look like a 12-year-old milkmaid instead of a warrior princess. She does look like some kid, some lost kid, yes. She is going on her most adventuresome yet. Or however that goes. Bunch of places I can't seem to get to. Ah, good, I can't get that. According to the map, this is not a dead end. According to the map, we can go right. Okay, so there's the guy we can't kill going south. There's that passage we don't know how to get into to get the boots. Ah, can't wait, Jankito. Can't wait to bomb some Dodongos.
Beware the evils of greed. Act quickly.
Do not come in here. You're not wanted.
They're not coming here. I want to see if I can get past where that guy was, even if I can't kill him. Oh. Oh, that, okay, so the boss is on the top right. Or the treasure, whatever that one is. It's a Shrine of Earth. Why did I take a hit from that?
Hey, he who.
Oh, what do we have here? A human person's coming close. Why, what a great event!
Fuck. What? I thought the game froze because of the dead silence. Can I... Is this a weapon? Oh! Okay, maybe that is useful. You'll take on the mimic. Yeah, it's instead of killing you, they're just creepy as balls and make you feel uncomfortable. I prefer the one that tries to kill me. Oh! Oh, it costs rupees to shoot. But there was no passage there. Hang on. Oh, what? Why did we go up? What? We were down there. Or is this dungeon non-Euclidean? Or something? Did a mimic teleport you?
I thought I was alone here. Lord, an enemy is in your cave.
No, I don't think they did. There was a passage. It just connected a room to another and skipped like a segment of the map. What did you miss? You missed the chest talking to us to give us an item. Ooh, I'm gonna give you some shit. Haha. Why is there, like, look, again, there is a passage that goes left. And if you look at the map, we are on that white square. We should... What? Your son is also named Blort. Sorry to hear. Yeah, I did figure it would lead somewhere there that would take us to the boots, but still it's jacked. No dedicated map button. I mean, at least we don't have to use up to jump. I'll count my blessings. Okay, boots. Boots is a treasure. I can have the boots equipped. And it doesn't do anything. Okay. Maybe you just have it and you don't use it, like the map and the... Maybe I'm moving faster, I can't notice. I mean, it's dark, but... I can still move.
I said this is my cave, mine. This is the shrine of rock and I am Lord. Go away. Take nothing. It's all mine.
Okay, yes. Thank you, sir. Oh, music is doing music things. Okay, 2 more to the right and then 2 north. Let me equip this back.
Hey, who goes there? Aren't you letting me and my boss look? You can't come in here.
You can't come in here.
Hey, Lord, watch out! She's coming.
Hey Lord, watch out, she's coming. Sound like I'm getting sleepier. I'm not, I'm fine. I swear. You can't park here. Do I need to like kill all of those? And I missed one back there. Do they respawn? Didn't respawn. Maybe I have to go all the way back to the other one and kill. Maybe you have to kill all 3 before the thing unlocks. Just going to take a little while. Sometimes these sounds are delayed. It might be the emulator though. I'm heading back to the other guy that I didn't kill because I needed the ring. I don't think you can kill those guys without the ring. Oh, the chest is gone.
Hey to he, who thee be, you're no friend to us down here. I've failed in my mission. Lord, this...
Ah, shit, I skipped that. I forgot that. I forgot that the audio skips when you change rooms. Does the bat sound like an old Mac error noise? I mean, maybe he prefers to present himself as a Mac error. You think I told you about the Twitch VOD downloader to just download the text? That program worked super slick, just started and finished within the last hour, thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, I used it. You can also render the text into a video and then you can like overlay that on top of your VOD, which is what I did for my old VODs before I had this stuff over here. So I wouldn't lose chat. You just did text and HTML. Sure, it does that as well. Saved my skin. I used to think that there was no reason to have chat on the overlay, but then I realized you can't trust Twitch with keeping your fucking VODs. What I said seemed like the main point. Maybe. I mean, I'm sure people will have use for getting transcripts in general. Okay, yeah, you had to kill everyone. You should eat it before losing some. Yeah, I know the feeling. I only lost, like, the only VODs I lost, I didn't want to keep them anyway. There are two games that I have streamed in my life that I don't want to keep. And one of them, the VODs just expired, I didn't care. The other one, I do have it backed up on YouTube, but it's private. Really didn't need to watch a video on it, want to see what it was about before doing so. Right.
You've been taking my things. Put them back. Don't touch anything. Those are all my gems.
Boss fight, everyone. Shit. Chance will just save the chat. Right, that's just... Oh, it's... You get back here, that's so civilized. But we're running low on rubies because of the weapon, though. Dead, yes.
You've been taking my things. Put them back. Don't touch anything. Those are all my gems.
I think there is a pattern. I just have to get used to it. Which I won't before dying, of course. Yeah, again. Oh shit. Donk. Incredibly civilized. Is it? Okay, I had to kill it with a regular sword. We have infinite tries if it is with a regular sword, so whatever. Makes her spin when she dies. Yeah, no, that... I did like that, yes.
You've been taking my things. Put them back. Don't touch anything. Those are all my gems.
Okay, this is cheap, but that's how I'm gonna kill the boss. I'm gonna stay here and attack like this. and stay in the middle there so I don't get hit by that. Right, eventually he dies. Sword doesn't have a hilt. It's not a sword. It's a wand. Where you're not paying attention. Pow, pow, pow. 300 rubies. Pow, pow. A little off topic. Does anyone remember if Macau liked and or finished the new Indiana Jones game? I didn't watch it. From what I heard, he gave up on the game because he kept crashing on his computer. And he said like he's going to get back to it someday, maybe after he gets like 100 patches. I think he was kind of enjoying it, but then the crashing just made him just give up. Regular sword. I did, yes. Yeah, that was my bad. Yeah, let's get the sigil, signet, sign it, whatever it is. Oh, it's a Triforce.
Congratulations, Zelda. You have prevailed. Hurry now. You must travel to a place festival. Rumor tells it is found in the great forest to the north. And remember, all is not what it seems.
Real people, yes. Right. So that was a dungeon. This, to me, looks like it would be a dungeon. Because it has the thing at the entrance, but... But then again, it doesn't have like... Oh, I got an extra heart container. But it doesn't... It's not a dungeon because... If you look at the map... Yeah, here we have one of the things. Yeah, it doesn't go into a dungeon map. So it's not a dungeon. Yumi's old school FMV makes you want to revisit text Murphy. Yes. I do want to visit text Murphy as well. Okay, chat. So here's the thing. We need to save. We need to quit the emulator. We need to restart and we need to see if it works. If it doesn't, we're quitting the game short. It's going to be a very, very short stream. Right, and I apologize if that ends up being the case, but you guys will agree with me that if the save doesn't work, I'm not gonna finish this game in one sitting. So I'm gonna save. You have to quit. Taking a mighty long time there to save. Okay, but it did apparently. If I check the save file, it has not updated, so I do need to do the old commit to disk, which means let me exit. Why would you exit from here? GG everyone. Okay, I'm gonna quit it. Let me see if the save committed. You did? That's a good sign. So far, everything is coming up Milhouse. It's very good. It means I can keep playing it. Woo! Text, more of an educational thriller. I could enjoy that. I have to unmute because it starts muted for some reason. Yay. Yes, Granite. Yay. Okay, do we get a supple butt, everyone? We want a supple butt. We do have a supple butt. Does it? We have the same amount. Yeah, no, it's all here. Okay, we get to keep playing, chat. guy did say that we had to go north. You know what? I just realized something. Hang on. It has a triangle inside a circle with a thing. It's not this. But it was south. I find it weird. Because I was gonna say that I assume that the symbol here is supposed to be what we get by going this direction. Still enjoying watching the game. I'm glad you are, and that's the point here. You can't tell how it feels play. You know what? Zelda 1 is annoying to play, in my humble opinion. Like the controls like in the dungeons, like when you're trying to kill those knights with the shields, it's so freaking annoying. Like, and then you play Link to the Past, and Link to the Past is just smooth sailing. Right, it's supposedly the same mechanics, but it works well. Like, I don't know if there's like a delay on the controls. I get the feeling, it's probably not true, but I get the feeling that sometimes it eats my inputs trying to turn around. So when I talk, this game is basically Zelda 1 controls, a bit more delayed, so it doesn't feel good to turn around. Like, if I'm attacking a guy here and I have to attack someone on my left, it doesn't feel good to turn around and attack. It works fine on Link to the Past, it doesn't work well in Zelda 1, so this is more like Zelda 1 in that aspect. They are worse in Zelda 2. Other than that, Zelda 2 is smoother. Zelda 2 is a lot more fun to me, like, as far as the action goes. As far as the puzzles go, as far as I like Zelda 2 more than 1, in general. Of course, I like Link to the Past more than Zelda 2, but... Forest of Ogbam. Takes a lot from Zelda 1, which is fun as an intention. It is, like, I'm not complaining. I would expect most normal people to prefer this than the other two games. But since I'm looking more at, like, the artistic merits of the game and originality, and because I prefer Zelda 2 than Zelda 1, I am enjoying this less than the other two. It's a lot easier. Like, of course it's still early, but we were having trouble with Zelda Link Faces of Evil around the 1 hour mark. And this game is just, we already finished one thing. Just Growing Pains, still your favorite. I didn't grow up with it, so keep that in mind. I played it for the first time 5 years ago. And it was emulated, so maybe some of that was input lag. I didn't have my Mister yet. Okay, I just want to check if there is like a passage going left. Where am I? Okay, no, that's it for that side. So I'm gonna ignore everything. I'm gonna go straight north because the guy told us to go north. Prayer complaints, emulation only improves upon it. Emulation, when you run the game in your own imagination.
Come here, bright young lady. I have a wonderful bargain for you. Take some Ogam herbs for free. Then look around. There's plenty to buy.
Jesus, this is expensive. Why did I miss this? Okay, so it's on that. There's this shop. I am going to need a candle. And I probably want the shield, but I can't afford it.
That was a wise purchase, young princess.
That was a wise purchase, young princess. Yeah, no, the problem with emulation is input lag. Like, a lot of people don't notice it and don't care about it. And I thought I was one of those, like, yeah, emulation is fine, I don't care. I just suck at video games now that I'm older, right? Because I try to play Super Mario World and I keep messing up easy stuff. And then I got my Mister. And then I hooked it up to a CRT TV and I go play to Super Mario World and I play as well as I did when I was a kid. Meaning, I didn't get worse, the game didn't get harder. It was the input lag messing me up because I have all the timings. It's like second nature muscle memory. And you can work through a lot of that by setting up USB with a high pulling rate and using the thing the RetroArch has that renders the frames ahead and pulls them back. Run ahead, I think it calls. Yeah, I felt like when I played Super Mario World on a Mister on my CRT TV for the first time, I felt really proud of myself. And yes, some games are more sensitive than others. Of course, a precision platformer is gonna try your patience. Yeah, the main problem I have is like turning and immediately attacking. That's a problem Zelda 1 and this one. What's a Mister? A Mister is the full name if you want to look it up. Because Mister on Google is not gonna get you anything. Mister FPGA. It's a project that uses an FPGA board, which is a programmable circuitry, and they use it to as kind of an emulator, but instead of writing the emulator in software, it writes it in hardware, like by programming the logic gates. It doesn't necessarily do, but it can be more accurate than emulation, software emulation, and it is going to get you more, you're not gonna get any of the delays that software emulation includes, because everything's instant on that. And if you, in addition, plug it to a CRT TV, the Mr. FPGA does have, it does output component video naturally with the native signal. You're going to get even less lag, and then you can plug like original controllers on it, you're gonna get even less input lag. So it's like, it's the closest, FPGA in general is the closest you can get to actual hardware that isn't actual hardware most of the time. It's the opposite of a MISIS, yes. Hardware emulation, that's a good summary. Emulation improves on Zelda 1 because it helps mitigate the worst part of the game. Pure guess is at the 9 bumping locations. If you use save states, yes. Is that the same as a Mega Drive? No, a Mega Drive is the original name of the Sega Genesis. It's a console from the late 90s. Mr. Pidinero. Yeah, I have one with an analog board. I bought it before it got stupid expensive. I got it just before it got stupid expensive. Like just before COVID hit. I was really lucky. So I'm going north because the guy said to go north. And there was supposed to be like a forest, and we'll see if... Oh no, ranged enemies, no anything but ranged enemies. I bet the shield will help. I mean, if I keep dying, I'll keep saving money and eventually I'll buy the shield. No, the Sega Mega Drive was released as the Sega Mega Drive everywhere except the United States, I think, where it was renamed to Sega Genesis due to trademark issues. The term Mega Drive was already taken. Oh, maybe going here requires the boots. So I have always known it as the Mega Drive. I call it the Genesis for the benefit of my audience, but it still feels weird to call it that. It is called Mister because it is the successor of a previous FPGA project called Mist, which used a simpler FPGA board that was more limited because of how many logic gates it supported. Do you know what company had the pre-existing Mega Drive? No, never looked it up, actually. You refuse to call it the Genesis. That's a fair thing to do, I guess. I feel like Mega Drive complements well Master System. You know, because I don't know, I think they fit well together. Genesis is just like so out of the left field, doesn't mean anything. If you call it Mega Drive, I feel most will know what you're talking about. Probably yes. I only learned that the Genesis and the Mega Drive were the same console, like embarrassingly later. Like I would read the magazines and they would have like the newest, they would talk about Mega Drive games and they would talk about the newest releases for the Genesis, and I would look at those games and yeah, these look better. They didn't, they were the same, but the colors were different because the pictures were taken elsewhere, I don't know. And I had the feeling that the Genesis was like the Mega Drive but better. Because it wasn't properly explained to me at the time. Wait, isn't that the... This is the sign of the one we have. It's opposite where... Oh, it's face... Yeah, I don't know. EverDrive. Oh no, the EverDrive is a different thing. The EverDrive is a flash card. It allows you to load video games from an SD card onto a real console. Like, for example... This is an EverDrive, specifically the EverDrive X7 for the Nintendo 64. It has a slot in here, and it takes an SD card. So you load up all the ROMs for the Nintendo 64 in this. I have all of them literally here. And you stick it in here. You pop this cartridge into your console and you can play every game ever made for this system. And some of these, and I think this one might be one of those, they have small FPGA chips in them to reprogram the chips to behave however the console needs them to. Like for example, some SNES flash cards have FPGA boards to reprogram like the FX chip because it was on the cartridge and not on the console and stuff like that. And then they can use that or microcontrollers to add like save states to the real hardware thing. I mean, you can put chat, you can... As Nintendo 64 ROMs are small, you can put all of them. Like, this is an overkill card, it's like, what, 2 gigabytes? It has the entirety of the American and European and Japanese libraries, plus prototypes and betas. Like, you don't have to choose, just put everything there. You don't need all of them, I do. Well, I don't, but I do. I have a server with 16 terabytes of games that I'm never gonna play. I need it. It makes me feel better for not having those games when I was growing up. I'm poking it. Yes, poke, that's all you do. It even has like a USB port that you can connect to your computer for debugging and transferring saves, maybe. You only play Ocarina of Time in Russian. Why though? Okay, I'm not going north, I don't think, because I keep dying over there. Sounds like an experience. Yeah, it is an experience like the one with Prince. Did I get hit by hitting a thing right as I got... Yeah, I did. Oh, these guys are even worse. I need the shield. Comrade Link, you must retrieve the state-approved ocarina. Oh, look, we got a... Okay, we got the thing. The thing for the thing with the thing. Does this use rubies? It does. Fuck this game. You can't use the fucking boomerang without using rupees. They're kind of scary. Are they though? They're very noisy. It's a ripoff. The sound probably is. Yeah, Jesus, it's... Segment is not easy. I can't use ranged weapons. I probably need a shield to survive those ranged attacks. Mortis, yes. Why sometimes there's some random grunting from the enemies? It's not always, it's just sometimes. It's the same grunt for every enemy. It ran into me. There are some iframes at least. Pay for the boomerang in a Zelda tile, they shame the horror. Yes, like... There's a lot I can't forgive, but... That is dumb. That's all I have to say. That is dumb. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can avoid them. I'm gonna kill these guys for rupees. Which I think this game still calls rubies. Would you consider this Souls-like? This is still easier than freaking Faces of Evil, and no. That would be the flowers of Mr. Mapplethorpe. What if Zelda was a girl? What if Metroid was a girl? You don't look too well. Do I use anything here? Do I pay it? No, I can't. Do I kick it? No. Do I candle it? No. Okay. Well, it's something else later, I guess. When else Samus was a chick was really off-putting. The fuck? Man, everyone... Okay. I'm gonna write down that I have the shield and that I have the skull on the top left. So I don't forget the things I want to deal with later. Everyone ignores the fact that Nintendo literally had a game on the NES where the better you play, the more naked the girl becomes. Everyone is, oh, it's a big reveal at the end. She was a girl this entire time. No, it's the better you do, the more naked she gets. That's it. That's Japanese video games. There you go. Everyone is like, oh no, the artistic value, the statement of a woman heroine in a video game. No, it's porn. It's porn. Never watched one of his videos. I've seen memes with that guy. Why would I watch his videos? Like, the memes are annoying enough. He looks dumb. He sounds dumb as well. The videos are more annoying. Those news went from annoying to increasingly toxic. I haven't seen Asmongold anything for a very long time. But I wouldn't be surprised if it became more toxic, because anything that gets too large, it's difficult to keep it from going toxic. Like any streamer who gets big, any YouTube channel that gets big, it's difficult, like, because they see the dollar signs most of the time, and like, you know, a little bit of pandering to that part of the viewer base does wonders for the wallet. Like, it is what it is. Learn enough for other streamers on YouTube, or is no desire to watch him. Looks like an idiot. He does! He commands the roaches. Yeah, a lot of streamers / YouTubers do, and that's a problem. Iframes don't last nearly as much as they should. Never get too big. I have bad news for you, man. I already did all the growing I had to, and that's... let's just say it's a little bit late for that. I mean, like, in all honesty, like, I've made already so many choices regarding my channel and my stream that are, like, not focused on making money. Like, for example, I'm not throwing shade at people who do this. I've talked to people who have, like, I've talked to plenty of streamers that are good, fun streamers that enable, like, the ad manager on Twitch because they need the cash, and that's perfectly fine and acceptable and reasonable. I'm not criticizing that. But the more I think about it, like, because I could just enable it and it means you make more money instantly, like that. And those of you who are not subs are gonna be getting ads every hour, and I could take a break, I could make a thing. Sakura has that amazing freaking song. I like watching her stream just to hear that song during the ad breaks. Nukem Quest 9, he plays cartoons, and that's all amazing. Personally, I hate ads with such a passion, and I hate forced breaks so much that I choose to not make money so I don't enable the ad manager. And like, that's a personal choice, it's fine, everyone makes their own. I'm just saying that in the sense that I'm literally leaving money on the table for that. So if it gets to a point where I'm big, I'm getting like 500 viewers, never gonna happen, don't worry. If I get to that point and it starts to get, oh look, people are talking racist shit in chat, I'm gonna shut that down. I don't care if I lose 100 viewers. No thanks. Like, and it is very tempting for some streamers and YouTubers to embrace it instead, because there is unfortunately a lot of money to be made there. But yeah, not for me. Can you be racist? You mean like the people who drive cars? You want to be like a racist like Sonic? That kind of racist is fine. Not bothered by what people do for ads, have your own preference, not doing ethics, just preference. Yeah, no, that I'm giving that as just an example. It's not absolutely not the same anywhere close to the other shit that we were I'll get this so we can survive long enough to keep playing here. You were going to say that. You don't know, we were on the bus talking about streamers and the guy in front turned around and asked, "You guys heard of corporate wars getting out?" I mean, I have I don't remember who it was. I think it was Crab Meats who kept introducing me to coworkers or something. And that's indoor. Oh, pointing to the left, okay. And that's like flattering. And a bit scary. Pinto. Okay, we're back to easier enemies. Not countering me. Yeah, no, I have a saying that I like to use when people are getting too heated arguments, where I interrupt everyone and say, "Look, I know it doesn't look like it, but I think you two are agreeing with each other." Because a lot of the time people agree with each other in like very hostile ways. It's kind of funny. You're saying the same thing in your own words. You were, sure. Racist isn't a protected class on the internet anywhere, to be honest. No, fuck racists. Like I'm not going to like. I'm not going to apologize or try to. Oh no, I have 30 viewers. 10 of those are racist. I need to pander to them. No, fuck off. I'm not doing that. Not going there. And races are just like the easiest low-hanging fruit. There are other groups that I like. Fuck off. I don't care. Like, I know that's not the smart thing to do or say as someone who's trying to build a larger viewer base, but come on, man. There's a minimum level of reasonableness that I expect. What the fuck is that shit? Hit my new billboard or right works a bit much. Hello there, Big Fat Plus. Welcome in, my friend. We're doing fine. Listen to the music. Isn't it the best of all three Zelda games? This music. Just to drive around and around. Yeah, no. Fuck. Like, you do one lap, you're already seeing everything. Why do you keep racing? You will agree aggressively rather than hit hostility. Yeah, hostility was not the best word, but yeah. Aggressive agreement is incredibly amusing. Just kidding, you don't have work. Yeah, I think you mentioned that. Congratulations, I hate you. This game, yes. Great thing about ads, even more than the money, is if you use the time to get up and stretch. Sure. I do agree with that, and that's like the whole theme with like Sakura's song for her break song, which is amazing. I used to take one break with ads every stream. Like I would stream for like 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Here's a break, 3 minutes. I'll go take a piss or something. I don't do that anymore. I haven't done it in ages.
Those moguls out there are so slow and stupid. They're still trying to eat their soup with a fork.
Still trying to eat a soup with a fork. Is that all you do, lady? Yeah, that's it. Amazing. You don't know if you'd call peace exercise though, maybe a little. It is a little bit, yes. Like it's something you can get practice on. I piss a lot better than I used to when I was a kid. Circus streams are nice, they are. I can't always catch them, but I try to as much as I can. You forget to have a break because you get into the games. I don't... One of the reasons I don't like breaks is because I have to remove them from the VOD before uploading it. That's okay, time to get the shield. Stop everything. All this talk about racism is making your racism act up. You need to drive a car now. You can't control yourself. Yeah, turning and attacking is not responsive at all. I'm too lazy to take a rest. There you go, man, you got it. I literally wrote a plugin for OBS. Whenever I switch scenes, it writes on a log text file. So I could cross-reference later, like, okay, I switched to my break screen here so I can find it on the VOD where to cut. I disabled the script because I don't take breaks anymore. So I don't have to do all of that, it was too much work. Mobbling in. In other races, you just don't like people. That maybe because you work in retail, right? You're not racist. On the contrary, you're inclusive. You hate everyone equally. I can respect that. You work retail, man. Good God. You don't do that without hating people. After, like, you can survive like a year maybe tops without hating people. Unless you're like my wife, she worked retail for a few years. She made friends with some of her customers. People would go there and prefer to do their shopping with her just to like interact with her because she's not a big fan of people, but she's very sociable. Kind of admire that about her.
That was a wise purchase, young princess.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, I have it. Do I have to equip it? I think I just have it, but it doesn't show on the sprite, which is kind of weird. Speciesist. Yeah. Animals are fun. Like, it's like when you watch a movie, like, and a character dies. Like, is it a person? You don't give a shit. Is it a dog? Okay, the dog is... No, that's crossing a line. I don't watch movies that have dogs or cats on the cover art. They're gonna die. Like, I've never watched... Like, there's that movie, what's it called? Marley and Me or something? I'll never watch that. It's a movie about a dog, of course he's gonna die. That's not a spoiler. I'm just assuming he has to die. Why would I watch a movie where... You care about a dog and he dies at the end, man. Fuck that. That's like the last thing I would do. You work retail like persons, people, man. A person... Yeah, how does that go? A person is fine, people are messed up. As soon as you put people together. What is this thing? Why did they make that sound? No, I have been here before. What am I talking about? Right, this... Yeah, okay. It's the column to the right. It's annoying that you can't see where there are exits to leave. Like, no. No. Return to game. Return to game. It's unnerving that to get to return to game you have to cross the cursor over quit without saving. Unless it's a bunch of gamers. Yes. Gamers are very... You know what? I'm not gonna complete that sentence. I'll leave it hanging. You guys can fill up the blanks. We be unique. Yes. Some are more unique than others, I'm afraid. You don't know you love cats, your favorite movies are reanimated and they kill a cat twice. Yeah, but that's not a sentimental movie, right? It's... The cat is just a prop. I watched a movie with a cat recently. I was tense the entire movie. Because I thought they were gonna kill the cat. I was positive, like 60% certain they were gonna kill the cat, and I kept, no, is it? I'm gonna kill it now. It's too early. The movie barely started. Please, no, not yet. Yes, thank you. I breathed a sigh of relief when the movie ended and the cat was still alive. Oh, whew. That was tense, man. Why did I do that to myself? Racist against gamers. Also, like multiplayer racing. Got it.
Young princess, please attend me. A traveler of kind intentions has found me at last. I am collapsed with thirst and dryness.
Oh, do I take this to the skull to fill it with water, then I bring it back to her? Probably. Gamers are the worst. It's like the usual, right? They're mostly fine, but the vocal ones, sheesh. The guys that go do Twitter terrorism on dev accounts. Like, this is the worst shit ever. You should be ashamed of this balance change or something. Like, I don't know, man. The gamers are another reason Gamers are another reason I quit game dev, though. Like, I had many other issues. As far as the games I worked on, I actually liked to interact with the players. Like, we had, this was like before, way before Discord and Reddit, so we had like forums. It was fun to read the forums because I managed to keep detached enough that I could read them talking shit about the game, because they're always gonna do that because it was online and everything. So I read through those amused, like, oh look, they're complaining about this shit. We would like, and trust me, devs will do that all the freaking time. Like, oh, they're complaining about this dumb shit. The gamers are so dumb. Yeah, like, we're gonna change because they're complaining. It's not like, okay, honest feedback, let's take that into account. I'm talking about the lousy shit. But overall, I had good experiences. We even had, like, meetups. It is one of my fondest memories, like, going to, like, a freaking restaurant with, like, a group of 50 players of our video game and just, like, talk shit the entire night. Like, letting them into, like, some quote-unquote secrets of game dev. Why is she in a pit? It's probably warm in there. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. I think we just take it back to her. What about the map here? Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't miss out on anything. It's fine. The loading between scenes is annoying, but it's not that as bad as I expected it to be. And I think money is not gonna be an issue as long as we don't use items that consume money. Also, I bought the shield, but I don't think it's doing anything. Gamers who play 90% modern FPS games are the worst. Yeah, I'd rather take a Madden bro than a COD bro any day of the week. Like, as much shit as we talk about Madden games, like, those people know what they like, they're not harming anyone, they're just doing their thing, it's fine. But people who are heavily into competitive multiplayer games, man, yeah, that's a problem. Like, the worst part of the World of Warcraft community was always the PvP people. Mono gamers. I don't have a problem with a mono gamer, like I was talking about Madden players. Like, that's fine. Like, know what you like, stick with it, whatever. But there are people that, like, build an entire identity around it. Ones who play only FIFA or Madden, etc. Like I said, I'm not offended by it. Okay, do I use the item on her?
Bless you, princess. You have saved the life of a weary old woman. I offer you these treasures.
What is that, though? Ah, we have to scroll now. What is this? I'm afraid of using it and it being like a consumable potion or something. They keep to their own game. Yeah, I mean, let people enjoy things, right? As long as they don't look down their noses at me. Hey, you're playing games for kids. I'm a grown-up playing Madden. Of course, everyone hates those guys, but they're not that common, thankfully. At least not in my experience. And sometimes it works out as a gateway drug. Like, here in Brazil, it's a common thing for people to, like, just play their FIFA, but then, quote-unquote, graduate into other stuff. Personally, find it much better to separate gamers in an enthusiastic hobby group than a group of people, because, like, if you have more than 20 enthusiasts, they have a few jerks, weird people. Yeah, sure. And FPS, guys. Why does it fish on a game like Ultra Wide Curve Screen to friend? Elitists. We hate elitists.
I hope it's the right apartment, Michael.
So do I. We all hate elitists.
Good grief.
Jankito, thank you so much for the gift sub to the Mono Gamer. 16? Maybe it improves with age. Wait, is he 16 years old, or was he born in 2016? Which means he's 9. Those things start being actual questions, right? As the years go by. Thank you so much, Jinkito, for the 5 gift subs. Much appreciate the support. Mono Gamer, if you're here, enjoy the ad reviewing, the emotes, and play something else, for crying out loud. You'll say that for gamers, any people that make a single game, single franchise entire life. Yeah, some people will only do one thing, but I don't know, depends on how that affects their attitude. Like, there are plenty of people out there that have like one single hobby, but they talk about a bunch of different stuff you don't even know about their hobby. But I do understand what you mean. It was the 16th Mono Gamer. Oh, they're numbered. Just who was at the top of the list. Got it. Oh.
Oh, fair princess, pity a suffering creature exiled from great Wimbish in the north. I ask only enough for a single meal for my children who hunger and are chilled by the wind.
She wants food. Do I have food? I think she's asking for food.
I hope it's the right apartment, Michael.
So do I.
Good grief.
Yep. I have music. It's fine, it's all fair. Thank you so much for the gift sub to Luna B. Thank you for the 69 plus 14 subs given on my channel so far. I really appreciate all the support, my friend. Luna B, welcome in. Enjoy the ad previewing and emotes. And thank you for the bits, Big Fatty Plus. Nice emote you got there. We have a hype train going. 63% into level 1. I have an unique alert for leveling up the hype train. I made it because I thought it was gonna play multiple times, but it only plays when you get to max level compared to the previous sods. Never gonna play again. It would need to get like level 3 or something. The math is fun. Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna write down a table, like plus 14, plus 15, plus 16, so I can refer to it. It's gonna take less effort. A good point, though. There are some people who have a single thing as their whole life. They are pretty reasonable about it. Yep. I mean, I never talk about video games with people outside of the gaming community because they're not interested. Why would I? So to them, I'm a normal guy that likes normal things. Like, I'll talk about movies and I'll talk about books and it's gonna be fine. Even though 99% of my leisure is spent on video games.
I have a spell of calm to sell, but it will cost you 100 rubies.
Is this it? Okay. I can buy that. Whatever that is. How jacked is this game? I don't know, man. It's playable so far. I don't have any complaints yet. It looks bland. It sounds bland. It controls as well as Zelda 1, which is not very good. But yeah, the menu is a bit annoying. And the tutorial is shit, but playable. Welcome in Sunfall. No guarantees that it would be playable. That's true. I tested saving. Saving works.
That is wise beyond your years. The spell of calm will help you when you need it most. Use it well, and look after yourself on the lonely plain of Endor.
Okay. I am going to run into an issue of not knowing where to go. I'm pretty sure I'll have to use a guide for this game, because I can't understand half of what they're saying.
Why spend a whole lifetime being defeated like me? Get it over with. Quit. Go home. Give up. You're patient. I can see you're not one to surrender. All right, take this dagger from me. It may do you more service than it ever did me.
Give up. You won't? Okay, take a dagger. Fuck off. Save system works. Yeah, that's the only thing I knew about this game, that the saves didn't work.
I'm so exhausted from my travels. If only I'd known to cross the chasm rift with the ladder, it would have saved me months.
Yeah, I did that already.
You look like an honest maid. Sit a moment. It is said those who go deep into the earth learn to overcome the sins of greed. That may be true, but I do know this. A candle and a silver key can bring you bliss. Hurry on now, lass. Time's a-wasting.
Okay. Told you there was a lightsaber. I need to change my thing here. Okay, so we have the dagger. What is the dagger? Does it use money? It does! The dagger, everything uses money. Fuck off, game. I can't do anything. What is this? It also uses money. Everything uses money. I think the bar musician stops playing the moment they hear someone talking out loud. Yeah, that...
Oh, fair princess, pity a suffering creature exiled from great Wimbish in the north. I ask only enough for a single meal for my children who hunger and are chilled by the wind.
She wants a single meal. I wrote that down. If we find a single meal. If we find 2, we're not coming back. But if we find 1, we do. Breaking microtransaction game. You see that I can only play one sound at a time. Really? Yeah, because it has to be samples. Like, they can't do like... That's dumb. I mean, it's not supposed to be a video game. That's the... Someone came along and said, you know, we could make video games for it. I guess. Okay, where am I? Where can I go? So I'm gonna go north, east, and then we can... 100 rupees for just $9.99. Ah man, so many games that would be so good if they didn't have that bullshit. Games I would pay for, but I won't because it's dumb. Okay, there's an entrance. You notice when playing Lemmings, sounds will interrupt each other and cancel the last one. Yeah, because like the CDI was like 92, 93, and they're using samples, so like wave files. For console in this age to play multiple sounds, they would use those sound chips that synthesize different sound, like waves, like the beeps and bleeps that you hear, like sinoid waves, whatever. Like the NES. The NES could run 4 sounds at the same time, but not samples like this. Now this doesn't have those sound chips. It just plays samples because it has to play music CDs, for example. But then it only plays one at a time because it was not meant to be a video game. Yeah, the Amiga used samples and it did have multiple channels for those. Although the samples were like a little bit more limited than what the CDI could do technically. And the thing about the Amiga is that it's funny that whenever you played a sample, you had to choose if it was going to play on the left side or the right side to support stereo. And if you wanted to play a song center, you just had to play it on both sides. But if you're playing like 4 different instruments, then you have to put an instrument on each side, which is why everything on the Amiga is so freaking stereo all the time. Which is why sound effects are on one side or the other, because if you play it on both to make it centered, you're wasting an entire sound channel. If you have a good programmer and the processor is fast enough, you could technically do what is done on modern systems, which is software mixing. So you could like mix all the sounds you want to play in software and just send a single channel to the hardware, which is what PCs did, which is why some engines on DOS, for example, you could select how many voices it had, which is basically how many different sounds it would do software mixing for. First time you encounter microtransactions for the first time. That's 2 first times. Lord of the Rings, mandatory tutorial request how to use the cash shop. Fucking hell. And now every single mobile game is a mandatory tutorial for microtransactions. It's all like, here's this currency, here's that currency, now this other currency, and then you pull this guys, and then you combine these cards. And it's 5 hours later just learning how to handle microtransactions. The game itself is irrelevant. It can play the CD audio won't sound from memory. Right, I mentioned music CDs as an example, but I would expect it to be a separate channel. It does make sense. Is this a dungeon? Doesn't look like... No, it's a... I think it's just a passageway that happens to be in a cave. Okay, we got a harp. And we died. So, okay, there is that cave that does that passageway that leads us all the way over there. I think before going there, I'm gonna continue exploring northeast. This game is gonna be annoying without a guide. I think I might end up using a guide for this. Like, you know, I don't usually use guides, but I did say before I even started this milestone that I was very inclined to using a guide for these. Cydia has 1 megabyte of memory. 1993. Memory was a big issue on early consoles. It was always a limiting factor. 1 megabyte is not that unreasonable for 1993. Digital video cartridge gives another 1 megabyte.
Wouldn't now be a good time to save your mission?
I guess. I did consider that. Man, why is that cursor so slow? Honestly, you don't have enough time to sink 10x hours and figure out what to do in the game if you're stuck, so you don't know. Yeah, no, I avoid it because figuring out is usually part of the fun, but for this game, like, I didn't need a guide for the other Zeldas, and I wouldn't have wanted to use it anyway. But for this one, at least this stream I'm not using it, but later I might refer to one. A few games require the video card but have no FMVs just for the memory. Interesting. Think about losing progress. I know. No, you are right. I was considering. It's not a pain for me. Like, I avoid doing this to not mess up with the pacing of the stream. Supple but. Okay, did a save take? Do I still have the harp? I do. Okay. For now, we're on the exploratory phase. I have no idea how jacked the game's gonna be to figure out. But you know, we still have places we can go. We might be wasting our time going to the wrong places, but... One problem I have is that I have a bunch of items that I don't know how to use. Like the shield. I think the shield is blocking a few hits, actually. PlayStation only had 2 megabytes. Yeah, no, like I said, 1 megabyte is not entirely unreasonable. Like, even the Nintendo 64 cut out some memory and sold it later as an expansion pack to reduce costs. I can't go there. Right, this is that entrance.
Those moguls out there
Same.
are so slow and stupid.
Same. Save will never bother you here, no matter how complicated it may be. Rather than silly playing hard to replay the last 2 hours. It happened once. And it wasn't the game's fault. Yeah, replaying... I remember playing... Ultima Online's pirate servers because I couldn't afford the original ones, and they would, like, every few minutes the game would pause for everyone, so it would save the game on a backup and then resume, and it would be very slow for like a minute after that as the game caught up, and then they would copy this backup somewhere. And I remember this one time they had a big crash on the server and they lost the data, and they went to recover the backups, and they did the traditional blunder of, oh, we never tested the backups or something. So by the time they found a backup that was working, it was like 2 months old. So they had what we called in the Ultima Online community a time warp. And basically everything that everyone did in a fucking MMORPG in the last 2 months got deleted. We just reverted. Imagine all the stuff you do on a freaking MMO in 2 months and just have it all gone. I don't know if I miss those days. I do have some fond memories of Ultima Online on those servers, but good god. What does that say? Something of gluttonous. Metal of gluttonous. Nintendo nuclear dying people making by extra beast to play the console space knock. Yeah, no, it's very unlike Nintendo to do that, yes. And you feel so old now, yes. We kept playing on that server for a long time still, because what else were we gonna do? Start from
Hello there, miss. Watch how you go out in the meadows. They're full of levers and tektites this time of year.
Okay. Because, like, it was still better than starting from scratch on a different server, I guess, so. I remember this one time, like, the Ultima Online had shrinking potions you could use to, shrink animals, so you could carry your mount with you, and then you could unshrink it, mount it, go, then you could shrink it, put it back in your bag. I think you could tame animals and do that as well. This one time we managed to shrink a vendor, an NPC. I don't know why he had the wrong flags or something. We managed to shrink a dude and carry the dude in our bag. But we were so afraid of being caught because, you know, that's considered an exploit. The people would be like, yeah, get banned or whatever. So we just kept it hidden in the bag so that none of the server admins would catch us. And I remember this one time I was playing with a friend and I'm like, hey, remember this? And I put a shrinked person on the floor next to him. And he was like, dude, put that away. I don't know, I have such a fond memory. I found that so amusing. Because it's like this silent understanding, like, check, remember this? Put shrunken guy on the floor. Dude, put that away, please. Before we get banned. Like, before we get banned is between the lines. My Little Pony. I've been playing this server for 30 years and now it's gone. Quit battering the time warp! Okay, where am I here? Alright, so we have to go right and up. Maybe let me keep to here, I guess, because this is like a separate passageway. What? Okay, at least they're irrelevant. They look a bit disturbing. Okay, these guys don't turn around, so just don't get into the line of fire. Okay, I guess I was too close to him, I don't know. Generated, yeah. Like, there are iframes, but you get like 2 of those. There are iframes, but they're few and far between. You just place the item, pick up noise, sounds like utility noise from Windows 98. But this was 95. This game, I mean. Well, this is not Windows Millennium. I only learned later that everyone hated Windows Millennium. I think it was fun when I was a kid. Everyone talked about getting blue screens on that. I don't remember having that experience. I do remember hating Vista though. I got a brand new computer. Alright, let me install the latest Windows. I install Windows Vista and it feels slower than my old computer. And it gives me depression. Like, I spent so much money on a new computer and it runs worse than the previous one. I didn't realize it was Windows. Stupid. You skipped Millennium. Most people did. Yeah, they had some of the same sounds. Yeah, I would have to check if the release dates, but then again, a lot of these got their sounds from sound banks, just like Doom. It's not like, oh, this sound was lifted from Doom. No, they both got it from the same place. XP refused to leave until Windows 10. Fair. Although Windows 7 was pretty great. Yeah, we are blocking with the shield. You went to 2K. I always heard about 2K like this mystical thing. I never saw it, never had the chance to use it. No, my wife's computer is like the other day, we got a full screen ad to upgrade to Windows 11 because Windows 10 is going out of business. And I'm like, right, so what do I do? I click the button, sends me to a page. Click here to upgrade. I click there, it sends me to Windows Update. Click here to check for the update, sends me back to the page. It just loops between the two. I'm pretty sure it doesn't want to upgrade the computer. And come on, Microsoft. Like, you don't get to complain about wanting me to upgrade it and not give me the option. I know I can force it. I can download the image, I can skip the checks, I'm aware. I'm not doing it. Like, if Microsoft wants me to upgrade to Windows 11, then do the upgrade. Oh, but it can't? Then don't complain about it. Like, I'm not gonna... I know what they mean. They want me to replace the computer. I'm not... Like, fuck it. They're gonna be forced to either allow people to upgrade automatically or provide security updates. Like, fuck them. As in the words of John Malkovich, fuck Microsoft. You're tempted. Yeah. The problem with Linux is that every now and again something is dumbly broken. The other day I was using the calculator and copy doesn't work. Like, select the value, right click, copy, it doesn't. Ctrl C, it doesn't. Why? Does no one use the calculator enough to notice that it's broken? That's the problem with Linux. The thing is, as much as there is shit that is broken, like, I can't turn off my monitor in Linux. Because if I do and I turn it on again, nothing happens. I have to reset the computer on the thing. It's still running, the services are still running. I can still connect to services from another device, but nothing comes up on screen. I can't switch to another TTY. It just breaks if I turn off my monitor. Journal CTL says that there's like nothing to draw on and it never recovers. All these little things, and it still works better than Windows. Like, I'm saying that, like, for all the complaining I do, I'm only using Windows nowadays to stream. Because as broken as Linux is, it's not Windows level broken. It's just broken in different ways. I have to get used. And the thing is, we are used to all the ways Windows is broken. Which is why I don't notice them sometimes. It is scary. It is a bit scary, but it's mostly fine. Like, don't do what I did. Like, go for Ubuntu or something mainstream like that. And it's gonna be fine. As long as you're not stupid like me. Now I need a rolling release distro because I want shit to break once a week. That's me. Don't be like me. Get Ubuntu, get Mint, something decent. Get Mint. It's going to be stable, it's not going to update a lot, it's based off Ubuntu, and the interface looks like Windows. You're gonna be right at home. Ubuntu. Ubuntu. But if for someone who is scared of Linux and wants to give it a try, I would fully recommend trying Mint. It's different, scary enough for me. Fair enough, fair enough. Like, I took a long time to build up the courage to try it again. But I managed to get my boot manager working just the way I wanted. I'm using my BIOS to select what to boot instead of using grub or whatever they have instead of grub nowadays. So I have two UEFI partitions and I just select which one to boot from the BIOS, and that's so much more clean to me because if I just delete Linux, I don't have to do anything. And then I just deleted all the other entries on the boot manager for Linux, so it goes straight into Linux and nothing else. Had a mini PC 15 or so years ago that came with Ubuntu installed. It was a long to put XP on it. Yeah, 15 years ago, that's a different story. Nowadays, video games work better in Linux sometimes. Okay, I have to wake this guy up. Do I have an item? The harp, maybe? No, not the harp. A candle, maybe? No. What about that? I can't kick him with the boot, right? No, I can't. What about this? Is this a bell, maybe? No, okay. Sleeping guy. On our list of things we'll have to deal with later. Knowing Zelda games, probably need to find a chicken or chicken egg. Yeah. This is not your usual Zelda game, I don't think. Shit. Jesus, really? As different as Linux is, one knows what they're doing, it works better than Windows. Yeah. The thing about Linux, like, I know Ubuntu is not necessarily like that, but even still, if you are completely, absolutely against using the terminal, you probably shouldn't bother with Linux. You can use it without the terminal, but I don't think it's worth it. You have no idea what you're doing. You have to be willing to learn. If you are, you're gonna be rewarded in a way, but if you're not willing, then, you know, that's perfectly fair. Windows fighting you to do most things. Like, there are things that are so weirdly broken when you try to do it in Windows. Linux is just like run these two commands and it's all done, and Windows you have to keep setting a bunch of shit everywhere and it's slow. Which, you know, depending on what you do, it's never gonna come into play, but I work with programming, so difference is night and day. The guy told us to go north into a forest, but now this is a forested area. Maybe that just means we'll need to go next to the farmer guy and move from there. I wonder if there's like an item I could use with this.
Those moguls out there.
Maybe you want an item.
So slow and stupid. They're still trying to eat their soup with a fork.
Yeah, I don't know. That dagger looks like whatever the name is for the weapons that Raphael uses. I always learn the name of that and then I forget it. Right, I want to try the other way. See what's here.
Hello there, miss.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. Howdy-ho. Shit. That was a lot of damage. They're taking the worst angle possible. I wish I could use the ranged weapon. That would make this so much easier. Sigh. You want me to leave? That's leave in Portuguese. But we're playing a game here. Can't I stay? Ah, Raphael. Thank you. And apologies.
Great Wimbish is such a peculiar little town. The shops out on Upper Street have anything you could wish for. And if you can't find it there, you're sure to stumble across it in the market square.
Okay, we got a little boat. Got ourselves a little boat. Wait, I thought we could get inside this. Apparently we can't. Ah, shit. Womogudo a thing today. Yeah, I'm glad you did Womogudo a thing.
Far away, one of Ganon's allies lives in a world of water. The entrance is hidden and you may never find it if you fear the touch of falling water. You can cross any ford in Scotland's river with the red boats.
Womogudo something every day. Yeah, it's a good habit. Womogudo every day. Womogudo every day. You love the realism style environment art. I'm glad you like it. The hand-drawn backgrounds on the previous ones were fun. This one is just... it's too busy and it doesn't do anything for me, I guess. Jesus! It's so difficult to hit the thing! I'm gonna do one more run without saving. Why do you feel like you just cursed someone? Well, I did die, didn't I? There's that to a lot of the enemies blend to the background, how busy it is. Yeah, it's very busy, it's very dirty, it doesn't come off as being like detailed. It's just noisy. And it's lazy, right? Because oh look, it's photorealistic. That's our claim. Like good art? No, it's realistic, photorealistic. That's it. That's so cool, isn't it? Give us money. It feels lazy, even if it probably was a lot of work. You sure if you played it you'd like it less? I don't know, man, the gameplay is fine. I am a bit annoying with the stuff I have to figure out. I'm very inclined to move into a guide tomorrow. Just, you know, experience everything quickly and move on. Look what CDs can do, yeah, pretty much. Which was like a very annoying thing. My first multimedia, my first computer was a multimedia computer, and it came with like the disc with a bunch of discs with random shit that were like just a bunch of videos and animations with macaws running on roller skates. I'm not making that up. That's literally one of the content discs that came with my first computer. Was this...
Hello there, miss. Watch how you go out in the meadows.
It was called Zoopolis. It had a bunch of funny animal videos. And I never forgot it. It was a bit dumb, but I never forgot it because, yeah, Zoopolis had a little song and everything. Might have looked at one of those discs. I might have it somewhere. I would like to see it again, what it did, because I must have watched it once as a kid. Oh.
Hello, Zelda. My name is Yvonne. You look like a music lover too. Music can soothe a savage beast. I believe Shomak has graced you with her friendship. She helped me once, so I am going to help you. Listen to this. The flute can be used to calm the savage hiss of a snake.
Okay.
Hello, Zelda. I'm Eric, and this is Ian.
Oh, what do you mean? I'm Eric. I've always been.
No, you're not. I'm Eric.
So whimsical.
For 30 suns, my husband and I ran the great locksmith forge for Warbane. Then Ganon came and pressed Warbane into service for his own evil plans. The forge was closed. Warbane built a fortified retreat of his own, somewhere off in the forests of Kanvula to the north. We were left with nothing but these trinkets to sell. Perhaps they will be of use to you in the underground. I cannot give them up cheap.
Welcome to Arnold's Pizza Shop. If you want broccoli on your pizza, what the hell is broccoli anyway? Shut up with the broccoli. I'll come in, Kibitz. I can't think of Arnold saying shut up without remembering Arnold's pizza shop. Okay, I don't know what that is. Let's buy it. If you want pepperoni and bullets, you've come to the right place. I wish the items had names at least. Okay, this is back here. And the person is gone, like, she ran her scam and she
Hi
left.
there. Don't worry about the dog, he won't bite. I wish he did bite, then there'd be a little excitement here in Great Wimbish. Nothing ever happens here. When people do come, they're even more boring. Everybody's dull.
Yes, sir, thank you. Oh, we can go in here.
Hello, little one. I hope I can be of help to you. Did you see my dog out on Upper Street? How did he smell?
With his nose, of course.
That's no Mr. Bones. You've never heard that Arnold's Pizza Shop thing till now, just looked it up. It's very, very old. It was very good. Very, very, very old. Do kind of miss how old operating systems and stuff had funk access like multimedia on them. Felt like they had more personality. Didn't catch anything they just said. Oh, did you see my dog? How did he smell? With his nose.
Is a shrine a thing to be taken lightly? No, and a candle is needed to light a shrine. We may joke to pass the time, Princess, but we are all troubled about the future of Ptolemaic. You must seek out the tablets and save us. We may joke to pass the time, Princess, but we are all troubled about the future of Ptolemaic. You must seek out the tablets and save us.
Oh, they're gonna keep looping that. With his nose, that's an ear slap, as your parents would call it. I think you're being too kind. I wouldn't slap an E for that.
We may joke to pass the time, Princess.
We make joke to pass time.
I don't want to see you.
I want to give bone to dog. And we got an axe. It's a weapon. Does it use rupees? Shut up. Of course it does. You never would. You suspect they always say this sarcastically, but who knows?
At last, Madame Kriegel is approached by an innocent who wishes to grow in the use of magic and spells. My old friend Shermack has told me of your coming. I have awaited you many moons and suns. It is important to remember that magic adornments will defend thee from many beings who will attack you with magic. You may purchase my turquoise ring or my jade amulet to raise your defenses.
Yes, I'll take everything. I don't know what I need, what I don't need, so I'll take everything. Thank you. Which is why we're not spending money on anything. I'm gonna buy from the most expensive.
A wise choice for setting out. Oh, come and see me again.
Okay, that's all she had. Oh, there... Really? It increases your defense. No, that's a lie. It's actually a weapon. You attack with it and it costs rupees. Did Zelda fart picking up that? No, I did. The microphone pick it up, sorry.
Who goes there? Oh, it's a young girl. Don't touch anything. People steal me blind. I know you all hate me. What did I ever do to any of you? I give an honest bargain. I grind your coal into rubies. I stay open late and work my fingers to the bone. Do any of you appreciate it? No.
What? Maybe I have to use giving him an item or something, but I didn't pick anything from what he said. What is happening? I don't know. I truly have no idea what's going on in this game. Which is why I'm insisting on the likelihood of using a guide. Well, we are going into the forest, so we are going the right way, I think. Is that an Octorok?
Good morn, lady. A noble person such as yourself on foot, then? If it's rest you seek, you'll get precious little comfort in this thieves' den, I'll tell you. Be careful if you go inside, milady. Some people in these parts would rob you, same as look at you, they would.
I don't know if it is. Yeah, probably, right? This is hurting your brain. Yeah.
I need to make more bumbleberry tea, that's for certain. What? Oh, I'm sorry, but the lodge is full. You are welcome to rest here before you head out into the forest of Tarian.
I would like to give you a feather as a sign of my affection. This will take you to new heights.
We got a feather. I'm gonna save. I don't like this game, chat. There are no redeeming factors about this. Like the other ones, there was like the music and platforming had its moments, combat had its moments, cinematics were funny. They were not good, but they were funny. And the game made sense. This one has nothing going for it. Absolutely nothing to look forward to. It's just like a stupid random ass big map with nothingness. Not even the cinematics, they're not even amusing. It's kind of depressing. It is. I'll return with a guide tomorrow, certainly, and get this game documented and everything, but just move past it. It's like the other games, I was like even like good effort. It was almost really decent. Like I said, it has nothing going for it. It's just like generic. How do you make a game? He has all the basics to make a game, and I guess lack of music is disgraceful. Because they're using these sounds, they're CD tracks probably. Like it's CD quality, and instead of having music, they have wind and bird. Like, so they're using the resources, they're just wasting them. Yeah, if we had music, we would probably be distracted by it and enjoying the game more. And then you find things, you buy things, you don't use things. Don't even know what they're for. There's a GV style remake someone made. Yeah, I didn't see it, but I saw the cover art to it. Cover art was interesting to look at. Now, I don't know what the remake does, but like this game has 20 different things in it, and they all suck. So to make the remake good, they would have to change every single thing a little bit. Which is possible. But it would take a lot of work to turn this into something good. There's not like, you know, the other Zelda games I can pinpoint like 3 or 4 things. You change those, the game improves a lot. This one I can't point at anything. All of it is... It's not... It doesn't even qualify... That's the thing. It doesn't even qualify as jacked. It's just... nothingness.
Hello, Zelda. I'm Eric, and this is Ian.
Yeah, if it was like one screen has the birds just to, oh look, the music here, but you can still hear the birds, that's interesting once. Not on a hike. Love nature there. This is a video game. Yeah, for Cuisinarting out loud. Yes. No, you said it, Zofair. It's a game for Cuisinarting. Cuisinart. Why would it... Why did I autocorrect to that instead of crying or anything else? Unless you just curse Cuisinart on a regular basis. It's canon. No, it's Ganon. Get it right. Ganon with 2 N's on this game. I'm surprised Zelda is written correctly. What? What the fuck? What? The fuck was that supposed to be? Is that like a miner dude with a helmet pulling out of the ground? Who doesn't discuss cuisine arts on a regular basis? Yes. The same people who discuss Frigidaires.
Look beyond delusion to conquer the evil Pasquinade. Deception is all around you.
Pasquinade. Who the hell writes Pasquinade on a script? Goes home at the end of the day and actually goes to bed. Evil clown music for Pasquinade. That's lighting down.
Look beyond delusion to conquer the evil Pasquinade. Deception is all around you.
Wait a moment. Sorry. What is that? The evil Pasquinade had us. They took a separate picture of the girl lying down, tilted it. Like look at that animation of her sliding down. Why are these enemies even like pink kangaroos or something? Is this like the Shrine of Pasquinade? The Shrine of the Illusion, okay. Why is anything in this game? Good question. Is that transition gonna play between every scene in this dungeon? This hurts my brain. Only recently learned what a cuisine art is. I always wondered what he was saying, Spaceballs. Use a playground slide. Like, listen. What? Okay, I'm gonna chalk it up to emulation error. I am trying to be generous, yes. It's jarring. Is that a Pose voice? It's generating me. And it's not dying either. Yes,
Look beyond delusion to conquer the evil Pasquinade.
Didn't know
Deception is all around you.
Didn't know your keyboard could use that weird German B. Your keyboard is very smart. What is that enemy, dude? That enemy doesn't make any sense. Was this from the Alice in Wonderland game? No. No, not with the wizard in the intro. I don't think. Of course they could have made the intro after turning into a Zelda game, but I don't know. I don't think it's crazed enough to be an Alice game. It's not crazy, it's just weird. It's special, yes. I found a Fallout t-shirt that had a thumb pointing to the person say, "I'm special." I thought it was amusing, but no one would get it around here.
Hail, Princess Zelda, friend of Shermac. I am Sir Basil of Tolemac, and Shermac has sent me to assist you.
You seem tired now, Zelda. Leave off the contest and come back another day.
Oh, the game is telling us to take a break. I mean, that's good advice. It is. Every fucking thing uses rupees. What's even the point? Ubato Hills. I think that's what it says. I don't actually know. I can't cross here. Although I have a raft, but it doesn't seem to matter. These plants are the worst. Zelda looks like the artwork for Zelda in the LTTP instruction book. Well, there you go. Yeah, it's a good game. There we go. They respect the source material. Savage, the ultimate quest for survival by the makers of this game looks more interesting. You play a lion cub walking around the 3D. I know that game. It is a bit jacked, but it is fascinating with its gameplay. Like, it's very open-ended in a lot of ways, but some of the missions are frankly preposterous to get done. But it is a fascinating game, like with all the mechanics that it has. It does look a lot better than this. It is a very original one. Let's put down a save here. Now look, just because this is getting me, let me commit the save. Just because this is getting me very frustrated here. It shouldn't. But we're walking aimlessly doing nothing. I'm gonna stop the timer. And we'll come back to this game tomorrow, but I'm gonna use a guide. I'm gonna find a guide for tomorrow. I'll have it set up next to me and we'll work through what we already did. And move on from there. If I hadn't found, like, I found a dungeon. Well, I found two now, but I found a dungeon and it was the first dungeon. I got lucky. If it wasn't for that, then not even that I would have done. Like, I would be walking around aimlessly. It's too disjointed to not use a guide. But yeah. Preposterous like the driver tutorial. You can skip it. You can skip the driver tutorial. But yeah, we'll get back to this game tomorrow.